right, let's go ahead and simulate to the 5th inning and see where we're at. Oh no, Elias Diaz, it's a 3-run shot in the 1st inning, and the Cubbies trail right out of the gate. Hey! Jeimer Candelario with a bomb. They're up 3. These simulations are pandemonium. The Chicago Cubs have been one of the most entertaining teams in baseball this season. Despite people considering them in a rebuild, they went out and acquired Dansby Swanson, Cody Bellinger in the offseason. This team's not too far removed from winning a World Series with one of the best homegrown cores we've seen in the last few decades. But in the last couple of years, it all went south quick. Rizzo's gone, Bryant's gone, Baez is gone, Schwarber's gone, Arrieta's retired. Back in the offseason, I made a video on Diamond Dynasty where I projected the 2023 Chicago Cubs squad, and I was right on point with Dansby Swanson and Cody Bellinger and the direction of this club. I don't think they're anywhere near done, and there's lots to be excited about. We're going to jump into franchise mode today, and we're going to try and win a World Series with the Chicago Cubs. What does it take to win a World Series with the current Chicago Cubs core? If you don't want to see me doing offline content, and this isn't what you're here for, keep scrolling. Love you anyway. Right now, going in, the Chicago Cubs have a $225 million budget. They're currently ranked 14th overall in the league. Let's just jump straight in. I am turning CPU trades off for this just because CPU trades in MLB The Show are awful. Like awful. You'll see Aaron Judge go to like the Rays. It doesn't make. And we're gonna start this in spring training because I wanna go from the very beginning here. First things first, let's look at some of these contract extensions we have sitting here. Bellinger's up to a 91 overall now. I'm happy this is updated. So first and foremost, the first thing I would be doing right now if I was the Chicago Cubs is locking Cody Bellinger in. He's gotten comfortable there. He's bounced back from that 2-3 year stretch where it was just injuries and not playing well and injuries and not playing well. He looks like himself again. Lock that man in. Now, it has him listed with an ideal salary of $13.6 million. In real life, I think he's gonna get around 20. You might see like a 5-year, $100 million deal for him with the season he's having right now, plus the track record. He sells jerseys and all that stuff. 13 mil is nothing in today's game. Not gonna play around with any options or anything like that. We're just gonna offer him 5 years, 70 mil, see if we can lock him in there. I offered him 14 million and he said no. But the ideal salary is telling me 13.6. All right, so 14 mil a year didn't work despite 13.6 being the ideal salary. Let's try 5 years for 75. Bang! Just threw an extra $5 million on there. We just locked in Cody Bellinger. 5 years, $75 million, which in my opinion is a steal. Now we're gonna lock in Justin Steele, the real life Cy Young candidate, 27-year-old breakout southpaw. Now currently it looks like arbitration is gonna run him to age 31. His unrestricted free agency starts at age 32. So at age 32 is when the big money is going to kick in. Since he's in arbitration, I'm going to offer him a backloaded 5-year, $30 million contract. It looks like he's got 1 year of pre-arb left, which leaves all 3 of regular arbitration sitting there. So the first 3 or 4 years of this deal should be relatively cheap, and then we can get him up to about the 15 to 20 mil range in that final season. Let's see if he'll accept this. 5 years, 30 mil backloaded. Bang! I'll sign that contract. When do I hit the field? Now another staple for the Chicago Cubs, and another guy I highlighted in that Diamond Dynasty video back in the offseason, Christopher Morel. The guy just flat out rakes. Like most baseball players, he goes into his slumps, he has his stretches, but when this guy's hot, he's one of the most electric hitters in baseball. And it looks like he also has 1 year of pre-arb left and is going to be done with his regular arbitration at age 27. So he's looking at unrestricted free agency at about age 28. Let's see if we can't lock him in real cheap. So 4 years, $8 million. Let's give him a couple extra $100,000 above what he would be making in arbitration. Lock him in until he's a UFA. Bang, that's signed as well. So Christopher Morel, Cody Bellinger, Justin Steele, all locked in. Another guy we're going to look into here, Patrick Wisdom. Patrick Wisdom is a pop guy. He's 31 years old, but he's got B potential, and he's one of these guys that got called up really late. His arbitration runs until he's 34 years old. This man doesn't hit UFA until he's 35, and even then he's only projected at $5 million. I'm gonna offer him a 4-year, $13 million deal. Keep that pop in the lineup, see if we can't lock him in. Bam, sign another one. Now there's 2 guys here that are essential for me in my opinion. One is Adbert Alzolay. He's turned into one of the better closers in baseball. If you haven't kept up with this guy in the second half, ever since he got into that closer role this year, he's been really, really good. Another guy who isn't going to hit unrestricted free agency, though, until age 32. And my goodness, if the Chicago Cubs current roster isn't a perfect example of everything that's wrong with the arbitration process. Half of this team is going to be stuck in arbitration until they're 31, 32, 33 years old. I mean, my goodness. Sets us up to get him on decent money, though. Just 3.3. Well, let's go to 17. Let's just guarantee that he accepts this. We'll do 5 years, 17 mil. He's in. And then the last one, Javier Assad. Now, he only has C potential in MLB The Show. This 25-year-old is pitching really well in real life right now. Turn into somebody in real life. Not sure if he'll project or progress in the game the way that he has in real life, since he's just got that C potential right now in the game. But I am going to try and bring him back on a 2-year deal here, keep him on the squad. But here's the 2023 squad right now as it sits. Outfield of Ian Happ, Cody Bellinger, and you got a Michael Tauchman, Seiya Suzuki platoon. Down here on the infield, you have Matt Mervis. Patrick Wisdom could also play first. Middle infield, Nico Horner and Dansby Swanson, one of the better middle infields in baseball. Third base, you have Jeimer Candelario at the moment. He's only got 1 year left on his deal. Patrick Wisdom can play there as well. Behind the plate, you have Yan Gomes, Miguel Amaya, and currently DHing is Christopher Morel, with Adbert Alzolay leading the bullpen, Justin Steele, Marcus Stroman leading the rotation. Let's skip ahead to 2024 now, and really the only weakness here is depth. We still have virtually the exact same team. Swanson and Nico in the middle half. Nico Horner bumps up from an 80 to an 83 overall next season. Christopher Morel jumps up to an 84. And top prospect, who we haven't discussed yet, Pete Crow Armstrong, is actually known for his defense. Definitely not going to be a designated hitter. If that guy's even just a league average hitter in real life, he's going to be a +5 WAR player. Be prepared for when Pete Crow Armstrong gets to the big. Now, with that said, I am going to try and move some guys, starting with Jeimer Candelario. And I'm going to throw Brennan Davis in there, who used to be a highly touted prospect. He still has B potential in here, but he's kind of fallen off the last couple of years. 2 years ago, you know, people in the baseball community were prepared for him to come up and be a game changer for the Cubs. Here's an interesting one. You got Blake Mitchell, who's a catcher for the Kansas City Royals. He has A potential, bats left, only 18 years old. Tyler Soderstrom's another one, Oakland Athletics prospect, bats left, 67 overall with A potential. He's 21 years old. Him and Shea Langoliers are both Oakland Athletic prospects. We'll see how that changes. We've seen Shane do some damage this season. See how this plays out between the two of them. But the big one's Francisco Alvarez. I'm not going to go after Francisco Alvarez. It makes absolutely no sense for the Mets to move him, like, at all. He's going to be a cornerstone stud for them. How about a guy like Henry Davis? Primary catcher, can also play right field. Isn't the best defender in the world, but was a former #1 overall pick. I'm going to see if I can't get Tyler Soderstrom from the Oakland Athletics. They're definitely interested in the deal right now as it sits. Let's see if I can't shave a guy off. Matter of fact, I wouldn't mind keeping Jeimer Candelario just as an extra bat. Looks like this deal is even keel as it is. Nick Madrigal and Brennan Davis for Tyler Soderstrom. Bang, sounds like a good deal to us. We'll accept that trade. So the Oakland Athletics are going all in on Shea Langoliers, and we just added Tyler Soderstrom as a catcher prospect to the Chicago Cubs to go along with Pete Crow Armstrong. They're going to be our two top dogs now. Without further ado, let's go ahead and sim to the regular season now and see where we're at. Currently, as it sits, we're still looking at about $33 million in available budget, and I like where the team is. We're really just like an ace away from having a really nasty squad, and Justin Steele's a really good pitcher, but I'm all about adding the arms. We'll see what type of free agents are sitting there after this first season. Let's sim to, matter of fact, let's sim to draft day, but let's do that from this screen so that we can watch it. Let's actually sim to the All-Star game. I had an opportunity to jump into a game and hit a walk-off here with Bellinger. I wasn't even going to put it in the video. I was just doing it to have fun. Perfect double play. We're going back to the sim. Really good first month. Tyler Soderstrom has sustained an injury. The guy we just traded for is instantly hurt. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Appears he'll be out for a day or two. We'll just auto that. PJ Higgins no longer injured. We'll auto that. Up, another injury. Tyler Soderstrom's back. There we go. We lost 3 straight. I am getting injury updates every single day. Nico Horner's going to be out for 2 to 3 months with a torn finger ligament. All right, so that's what this is going to be like. I see what we're doing here, franchise mode. A really good month of April, though. We're going into May with a 17-10 record to start the season. We did just lose half of our middle infield, and we're on a 4-game losing streak now, but good start. Let's go through May now, sim through, see how many injuries we have. There's another loss, another loss. All right, Nico Horner apparently is like a game changer for us. I'm just gonna go ahead and let the injury management be auto. I kept it on because I wanted to see the injuries and actually know what's going on with it. But you know, if someone's gonna get hurt every single day, it's gonna take me 8 years to make this to make this video. Let's just keep it moving. All right, after a really good April, we had a pretty bad May. We're now 29-27 going into June. We're 37 days from the MLB Draft. Justin Steele's rocking a 4.5 ERA right now. That's not what I was anticipating. So right now we're just a half game behind the Brewers, so we're not out of the Central by any means. We need to climb, no. Plus 17 is the run differential at the moment. Trying to look and see if there's any surprising teams down at the bottom of their divisions. The Padres are one of them. Oakland, obviously. Seattle's having a disappointing season. Kansas City and Detroit. Boston is 19-36. My God. Now the Padres are in last place. They're also $11 million under their current budget. Let's help them out a little bit. All right, so it's looking like Musgrove might be just a little bit too big of an ask. That's okay. Maybe we go somewhere a little bit lower than that, but still solid. How about like an aging Yu Darvish? I don't know about that though. I think I want to take Soderstrom out and see if we can get this done without moving one of our top guys. I don't know who else I would put in here, though. Still seems like they're interested in just getting rid of the Yu Darvish contract, though, which does make sense with the current position they're in this franchise sim. Ben Brown's a 23-year-old starting pitcher. Michael Tauchman, he's not young, but he can hit a little bit. He'd be a solid little bat for them. Will they take this? We're definitely interested in making this deal. Will they do this? Wow. All we had to do was come down from Musgrove a little bit. Looking at another one of these rosters that was in dead last. The Red Sox have one of the worst records in the league. They're way at the bottom in the AL East. Maybe we can snag an aging reliever from them too. 35-year-old Kenley Jansen at 16 mil, someone that, you know, a team 20 games under 500 would definitely be interested in flipping. Probably going to be difficult on here. Ooh, I don't know. Looks like they're interested in Kenley just for Soderstrom straight up. Do they have a catcher I can take just so that we can have... Ooh, Kyle Teal's a top prospect. Do we trade Soderstrom right after acquiring him for Kenley Jansen and Garrett Whitlock? I would also have to put Matt Mervis in there. I don't know how I feel about that. I could just take Mervis out, Whitlock off, and do Jansen for Soderstrom. We can get them to throw a guy like Bobby Dahlback in there just so we keep some more pop. I mean, well, they did making that deal with Dahlback for Mervis, which is understandable, but can we get Whitlock in there too? I don't think we can. Cutter Crawford, no. Martin, no. It doesn't look like they want to do a 3-for-2. Like at all. Kenley would be on our books for 16 mil this year and next. Not that much length there at all. Someone we want. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do Soderstrom for Kenley Jansen. Lock it in. Now it's time to sim through June. See where we're at then. Oh, we got another win streak. Hey, look at that. We are back to winning games. We're back to winning a lot of games. I like this. Couple losses there to end it. Drafts in a week. We're currently sitting at 44-37 to kick off the month of July. Let's sim ahead through and towards this draft. Yo, drafts in one day. Through. Today's the All-Stars Futures game. One of your user-controlled teams has All-Star players. All right. About the halfway point of the season here, we're starting to turn it up. Let's take a look at the trade block. James Karinchak is a guy I'm definitely interested in adding as a middle relief dude. We're going to offer him Caleb Killian and Riley Thompson for James Karinchak. That's going to add another reliever. All right, we're about to sim through the All-Star game, and then we will jump straight into the second half. Let's simulate. Let's go to the draft. Time to do the draft. The MLB draft. This is my first time doing an actual MLB draft in franchise for this year's game. This is a really nice layout. I like how everything looks here. It's clean. Let's go ahead and jump straight in. Let's start the draft. Uh-oh. That's lit. I knew this, though. They showed this preseason. I did know that the draft pick loadout was the same as the Diamond Pull in Diamond Dynasty. Paul Skeens, technically. I should have downloaded a custom roster for the draft. I'll do that in the next franchise build, which, by the way, let me know what team you want to see me do down below. We're up now 13th overall. Right fielder Aldo Huerta has really high potential and overall. We're gonna take him. draft him. 61st pick overall in the second round, I'm going to take Cesar Campos. Now I'm going to simulate through the rest of it. I mean, these are automated names. I just wanted to make sure I got 2 guys that I at least handpicked. Future franchises, we're going to get some custom rosters in here so we can know the names. Get these Dylan Cruz, Paul Skeens drafts go. The NL has defeated the AL in the 2023 MLB All-Star Game. Currently a game up on the Cincinnati Reds, 48-42. Let's go back in, baby. We got Nico Horner back. Let's sim through the rest of July and see where we're at. Aldo Fuertes decided to sign with the Cubbies, so we got him in there. Now we're gonna do Cesar Campos. We are back to having another down month, 50-41. We had a really bad first week after the All-Star game, going 3-6, 3-8 if you go down to the 25th. I'm to simulate through August. There we go, having a much better month again there. 73-61. We're back up to 12 games over 500. Our guy Drew Smiley is 8-4 with a 3.6 ERA. I don't know how that happened or what's going on, but I'll take it. Now let's go ahead and simulate through to the end of the season and see if the Cubbies made the playoff. Dude, we just had an incredible, and I mean incredible September. We just won 12. We have won 12 straight games going into the playoffs. The Chicago Cubs have won 12 straight and 14 out of 15 going into the playoffs. Woo! That's actually bananas. Looking at the playoff bracket here, the Rockies also made the playoffs. The Dodgers actually got beat. Wow, look at that. The Rockies upset the Dodgers as the 6th seed on the road in the NL wild card, and that's how they got matched up with us in the NLDS. Over on the top half of the bracket, the Milwaukee Brewers swept the Arizona Diamondbacks. So you got 2 NL Central teams in the second round of the playoffs. Brewers versus Braves, Cubbies versus Rockies. Let's get to simulate. Series is 1-1. Let's simulate. Oh man, they split us at home. We got to go 2 cores. Are the Rockies are they red hot? Oh no, they got us backs against the wall. We come into the playoffs on a 12-game win streak, and it's going to 5 games. Kyle Hendricks versus Chase Dollander. Winner advances. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the game as if I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to simulate it from the in screen. Wow, why were they going to throw Hendricks? I got to switch up the rotation here. Why do we have Hendricks listed in our ace spot? Justin Steele is fully healthy and ready to roll. We throw our ace in this situation. All right, let's go ahead and simulate to the 5th inning and see where we're at. Oh no, Elias Diaz, it's a 3-run shot in the first inning, and the Cubbies trail right out of the gate. Hey! Jeimer Candelario with a bomb. They're up 3. These simulations are pandemonium. This is just pure electricity here. 9 runs in the first 2 innings, and they can't stop scoring. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Jeimer Candelario does it again. Yan Gomes goes back to back. They bat around in the 4th. What is going on? The Cubbies are up 9. Let's simulate the rest of this bad boy. Wow, I thought we were about to get bounced. Elias Diaz in the first. Suddenly we're up big. The lineup came through. Game's kind of stalled out ever since the Rockies scored 2 in the 5th, but that's fine by me. We're into the bottom of the 8th now. 3 more outs for a win. Wow, 4 walks on the inning. That's interesting. Here we go. Top 9. Single, single, single. 3-run homer. Walk. 2-run homer. Oh my gosh, that got so spicy. Why did that get so spicy? A 25-run elimination game in the NLDS. The Cubbies are going to the National League Championship Series. The boys are going wild in Wrigley. I'm happy we got to do this on our home field as the top seed in the NL. I'm curious to see if we're going to have to play the Braves or the Brewers to go on to the World Series. But what a first matchup. Anytime we get our backs against the wall, elimination style, we're definitely doing that type of sim. That was electric. Jeimer Candelario obvious player of the game. Both home runs fired me up. Also, shout out to Justin Steele. Gave up 3 runs in the first inning and ended up going 7. That is not easy to do. The Cubs have won the National League DS and will be taking on the Brewers in the NL Championship Series. So the Brewers knocked off the Braves, and we have us an NL Central best of 7 to go to the World Series. Let's sim these first 2 home games. Here we're at. We're up 2. We are up 2. Let's sim the first 2 games in Milwaukee. We're up 3-1. We might not even have to go into an elimination sim. Uh-oh, it's a 3-2 series now. Justin Steele versus Corbin Burns in game 6. Can we knock off Corbin Burns? We can. The Chicago Cubs win it 5-2, and they have won the National League Championship Series. Will be taking on the Angels or the Guardians in the World Series. We have an Angels Guardians ALCS, and we had a Cubbies Brewers NL Central showdown in the NLCS. This is one of the wildest MLB sims I've ever seen. We have a Cubbies Guardians, Cleveland, Chicago, way too many C's, World Series matchup. And in game 1, we're going to see Marcus Stroman versus Tristan McKenzie. Marcus Stroman in 14 postseason innings so far has a 1.93 ERA. What? Let's simulate these first 2 games in Cleveland. Cleveland is the home team in this series, and we split. Let's sim the first 2 games here at home, and we're down 3-1. Oh no. Shane Bieber versus Justin Steele in an elimination game. Backs against the wall. Let's do it old school style. And you know what? I actually have questions now. The Cleveland Guardians and the Chicago Cubs are both 95 and 67. The NL won the All-Star game. What determined them getting home field advantage? The presentation for the World Series in Franchise Mode MLB Show looks pretty good. Can't lie. This is awesome. We're in Wrigley for the World Series, a World Series rematch, might I add, which is hilarious. Look at the World Series score bug too. It looks even cleaner than the Diamond Dynasty World Series score bug. Let's do the simulating from Quick Manage, and we will fast forward to the 5th again, see where we're at. Double for Josh Naylor, and the Guardians are up 1-0 early. 3 ground outs in the bottom half. We do nothing. Okay, 6 up, 6 down so far, and the Guardians have scored 4. 2-run shot in the 3rd. It's a 4-0 ball game. Wow. Another solo shot. The guy's got to get going. We need a big breakout inning. Only 2 hits on the ball game here through 5. It's a 5-0 game. Big home run in the 3rd inning for Cleveland. Cleveland's looking like they want to win the World Series right now. We need a huge monster inning from the guys, and it's got to happen now. Dansby steps up and hits a bomb. We need a 2-run shot. I was going to say, we needed a 2-run shot right there in the bottom of the 5th. Didn't get it. Nico with a leadoff double. Single brings them around. It's a 5-2 ball game. We're not out of this yet. Double for Seiya Suzuki. Ian Happ brings them around. It's a 5-3 ball game. We've scored in 3 consecutive innings now. Can we make it 4? Bo Naylor hits a bomb. Gets the momentum back, and we strike out twice in the 8th. It's now a 1-inning ball game. Javier Assad out there pitching. Let's sim the 9th. If the Cubs score 4 here to push this series, I'll go berserk. Here we go. Strikeout, fly out, strikeout. The Guardians have defeated the Cubs. They got their revenge. They got their revenge. I just said at the beginning of this video that the Cubbies were only a few years removed from winning the World Series. They get the rematch with Cleveland. This time the Guardians, and the Guardians take them down in their house on the road in Wrigley. That was fun. That was the most fun I've had playing anything other than Diamond Dynasty for a YouTube video in years. That was electric. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up down below. We will do this again. I'll do multi-year builds if you guys would like to see that. Just leave your thoughts, comments down below. I'm gonna also do draft classes as well. I should have done that, blanked on it. That's my bad. But yeah, if you enjoyed this type of content, I'm gonna be posting more of it, especially in the off season. I'd like to get more into franchise stuff. And I'm doing Madden franchise stuff over on the Shelfy Plays channel. That's this channel right here. All you got to do is go subscribe for some football content. Use code Shelfy at Seatgeek. Get 20 bucks off your tickets, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a blessed day. I love you. Peace.
I could really use a change of scenery. Yeah. Everybody smoking all the greenery. Yeah. Close the matches they were handed down to me, but I'm still fly. I know.